Hello, Radiant One, and welcome to Spiritual Business with Mariaestela, the show and podcast for soul-driven, heart-based spiritual entrepreneurs, business owners, and Magdalene's rising, ready to expand and wanting to lead with love in business and life. I am your host, spiritual business coach, mentor, catalyst, and facilitator, Mariaestela, and it is my deep honor, my great pleasure, and joy to share this episode with you. If you feel the deep stirrings of something new asking to be born through you, go to mariaestela.com/DCIA to download the free guide, Divine Clarity and Inspired Action, that I've created for you. Divine Clarity and Inspired Action will help you to connect deeply with your divine feminine essence of gnosis, wisdom, knowledge, and intuition, as well as activate your divine masculine essence of action, creation, expansion, and building, so that you may experience the satisfaction, the joy, and the liberation that comes from bringing to life that which you are here to birth, while being, doing, and living your soul's divine purpose. On my website, you will also find show notes, transcripts, and previous episodes. Hello, Radiant One, and welcome to this episode in which I am going to be sharing with you the five signs that your business is currently either shifting direction, or that it's expanding into new products or services or realms. So first of all, I want to start off by saying that the basic premise for this episode is that you are an experienced or seasoned entrepreneur or business owner with your products and services in place, and you've probably been in business for at least 3 to 5 years. However, the signs that I'm going to go through, and also the tips that I'm going to be sharing at the end of what you can do as your next step, does also apply if you're someone who's currently in a job that you don't love. So if you're someone who is in a job you don't love, stay and listen with an open heart and an open mind, because I'm pretty sure that you are going to be recognizing the signs as well, and that you can also gain value from those steps that you can take at the end. Okay, with that out of the way, if you walk with me for a while, you'll know that love is the way to me. Love is what we are. It's where we come from. It is what you do. It's basically everything. You are created as an expansion of source, which is love. And as you were created as an expansion of source, you too create as an expansion of source. You create as an expansion of love. So, and to me, that is your business. That is your products. That is your services. That is based from that. You basically expand out into that. And within nature, we have these quote unquote natural cycles of expansion, of birth, of death, of rebirth, and over and over and over again. But somehow, being human, we seem to have lost that notion. And so when we're a business owner who's been in place for a while, and we have our business and our products and our services in place, that seems to be it. We're like, that this is it, not realizing that you are part of source. You are source. And so it is normal and natural for you to continually expand, just as when you look at the oceans ebbing and flowing, just as you look at trees, growing, expanding, coming out with new leaves, withering, dying, going, it's a continuous cycle. And for some reason, like I said, we as human beings seem to have lost that wisdom or notion that we're actually part of that. So if you're in a place where your business might be completely shifting direction, know that is completely normal and natural. It's part of nature. That's where the word natural comes from. Second thing I want to say before we dive in is that as human beings, we have free will. And free will, that means that whatever comes up for you or whatever is calling you might not be what you want to do. And that's okay. Normally, I would say that if it's tugging your heartstrings, it's probably a good idea to follow or to walk with, at least for a while. But ultimately, you are the creator of your own universe, and you get to choose and decide whatever it is that you want to bring forth. So free will. Okay, with that out of the way, I am going to dive into the 5 signs. So the first sign is a sign of deep joy, excitement, exhilaration, of satisfaction. It is when you think about this thing, whether or not it is fully formed as an idea or a vision or, conscious to you, or just simply a tiny grain currently, it will be filled with that. It will be filled with those emotions or feelings of joy and excitement, exhilaration, of satisfaction, because that is the universal heartbeat. It is the makeup of everything that the universe is at its core. And so when that is calling you, that's what's coming forth. So deep joy, excitement, exhilaration, satisfaction, content, fulfillment, all of those things that truly fills us up. That's number 1. That's the first sign. The second sign is fear. And it might not be raging fear in the sense that you full on panic attacks or trouble breathing or waking up in the middle of the night, like just out of your mind with anxiety. It can simply be showing up in a milder form, in the form of worry and concern. It can be showing up in the way of like, what does this mean to my current business, for my current clients? Where will this end? How will I do this? All of those, I want to say fear-based thoughts, but not in the way of negative, shaming, guilting questions. These are relevant questions. And so it is only if you choose not to answer those questions that they then become, I would say, quote unquote, an issue or a problem. They're relevant questions. And so I invite you to answer those questions. If that comes up, begin, exploring, researching, not ignoring, not suppressing, but actually allowing those questions to be heard and actually answered as well. So fear, and I want to say the level of this also depends on how big of a quote unquote shift or a dream or expansion that is coming through. I would say the bigger it is, the stronger the current of fear can be for this. So that's the second sign, fear in one of its many forms. The third sign is what I call surprise. It's a questioning of, really, this is for me, this is for me to do, this is for me to create. There's this, did they quote unquote mess up the order? Did the universe mess up my order? Are they sure? Can I can I do this? What? I smile because I've gone through that many times myself. But there is this what, and that is only until the more that you actually lean into this, the more you trust, the more you surrender, the more you begin following that, the intuition and the nuggets that you're getting, the more you will understand that the whole trajectory of your life, the whole trajectory of your business has been leading up to this point. So everything, quote unquote, will at one point make sense. But it might not be initially and into the beginning. In the beginning, you may just simply be caught by surprise by this, whatever, quote unquote, this may be. And the fourth sign is that if you have not sought clarity, if you haven't answered those questions of concern, of worry, then, but instead have been ignoring or suppressing that, thinking, oh, no, I don't want to go there because what will this mean? That's when you can begin to experience discomfort, like there's something that's off and you don't know what it is. Something's not right. And if you continue to suppress or ignore it, you will probably experience some form of stress, because if you're continuously trying to ignore or suppress whatever is calling you, that will create a strain on your system, and stress is bound to happen. That's, again, actually quite normal and natural. Stress is a sign that there's something that you're ignoring, and it's for you to look at. So the fourth sign is a discomfort or even stress. The fifth sign that your business is changing direction or shifting, expanding, is people showing up and asking for the thing out of the blue. You might have just had a thought about this, and then someone appears at your doorstep, or you receive an email, or a friend is asking, or you'll see it on the news. Like people again can show up and start asking you for this thing that you have not yet created, but has just been percolating within you. So the fifth sign, and that's, one of the great signs, is that, something's probably right, is that when people start to asking you for a service or a product that you have been thinking about but don't yet have, that's the fifth sign. Again, I want to emphasize the free will of this. People may be asking you for things that you don't want to create or don't want to have in your within your services or your products, and that's fine. Then it's just about saying no, and then perhaps even leading them to another, in another direction, or giving them a referral out. But more times than not, I hear it from my clients all the time, and I see it in my own business as well, is that as soon as I begin start thinking about something, people start asking for it. So that's the fifth sign, people asking for that thing that you have either yet to create or about to create. Yes. Now, what do you do if these are the signs that are showing up and you're not really sure what it is, or the direction you want to take your business in, or the expansion that you are expanding into? I have three ways, and if you know me, you'll know that for me, clarity is the name of the game, but only if you add it with action. Clarity is the space and the realm of the divine feminine. It's where the gnosis, the intuition, the wisdom, and the knowledge lies. But it is only when we combine it with the realm of the divine masculine, the action, the building, the creation, the foundation, that true magic happens, and deep satisfaction and joy, content and fulfillment is actually your state. So, and I want to say, in terms of action, I want to say that it doesn't necessarily have to be giant, huge leaps to begin with. Yes, there will be times when, our dreams are so big and they're calling us forth, that there will be times where we leap. But if you're someone who currently holds a business that is up and running, then, or you're in a job maybe that you don't love and you want to change that, that is quote unquote time consuming. And so it's about, maybe carving out 3 hours a week to focus on that new thing that is asking to be born through you. It doesn't have to be that big. I've had people do 15 minutes every morning before going to work, because 15 minutes, a day in a week becomes an hour, in a month becomes 4, and in a year becomes a whole lot more. So very often we do not acknowledge the power of taking small steps, and that's always something that I encourage my clients to do, is to take small steps and then see, because it's all of the small steps that are going to lead you to where it is that you want to be, or to for you to create what it is that you want to have be your life and your business. So don't disregard the power of a small step, or a small action step. So there are 3 ways that I suggest that you can move forward. Number 1 is that if you don't have my free Divine Clarity and Inspired Action Guide, I invite you to go ahead and download it. You can get it at mariaestela.com/DCIA. It will help you download, pour forth everything that is within the realm of your divine feminine essence and bring that out into the world onto paper. And secondly, it will activate and engage your divine masculine essence of creation, building, action, and foundation, so that you can begin building and taking steps towards bringing that to life that is asking you to, whether that be, like I said, a new direction of your business or, simply an expansion of it. The second thing that you can do is that you can go ahead and book a free discovery session with a spiritual business coach, aka me. You can do that if that tugs your heartstring. You can go ahead and apply at mariaestela.com/apply. It is a real session. In that session, we will be gaining clarity over everything that is calling you currently, and I will supporting you there will be commitment. You will be committing to some action steps at the end of our session, and I will be following up with you on that as well to make sure that, to hold you accountable towards your dreams and make sure that you're actually moving towards the thing that you do, the reality that you want to have in your life and in your business. The third thing that you can do is that you can call upon a friend and ask them to hold space as you quote unquote ramble your way through it. What's really important to emphasize in terms of this is that it needs to be a friend who's able to hold space for you. It needs to be someone who's able to listen and not come up with suggestions for you to check out or uncover or research. It needs to be you it needs to be you and your wisdom that is coming through. So other than holding space, listening, they also need to be able to ask questions, to help you, guide you, nourish you in getting that out, gaining the clarity and knowing what action steps to take. So those are 3 ways that you can move forward if these 5 signs are of your business shifting direction or expanding is showing up for you. Okay, I would love to hear from you. What is the biggest revelation that you've had going through this episode? Share it with me in the comment section on the blog post. You will find the link in the show notes, and I look forward to hearing from you. I love you. Take care. That is what I had for you in today's episode of Spiritual Business with Mariaestela. I hope it served you well. For all of the deets and the details, click the link in the description. And if you enjoyed this episode, support its message by sharing it with a friend or on social media, or leave me a comment or review. God bless.